What is up? It's the Figure Hunter, and today we have the final review for the Garmin Epix versus the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, this review has just been going on for 6 to 8 weeks. I have had both of the watches on throughout an entire test period, using them for workouts and for daily life and for checking stats in the morning and checking stats at night and charging and seeing battery life. All of those ins and outs. And so we're going to sort of finalize my thoughts. Now, some of this is going to be subjective, but I'm also going to share a lot of concrete facts about evaluating, namely the Apple Watch Ultra, when it comes to both a smartwatch and a fitness watch. Everything on this channel is for testing and tracking devices for the purpose of a more high-intensity interval training type regimen or CrossFit training. So that's the whole premise, is can it keep up? We know it's a good smartwatch and it has a little better battery life and a better casing, but can it keep up with the rigors of a harder training schedule that require a little more detail? So if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for more. I'll have the Garmin Instinct crossover review coming up and a final review for the Polar Ignite 3, all of those types of things. So in all of this, just to give you a backdrop, I despised the Apple Watch for the longest time. So I have disliked the Apple Watch for both its primary content, its short battery life, and oh dear Lord, its design with its little soft glass rounded edges. And that has frustrated me, but now we have the Apple Watch Ultra, and it presents a different picture of what an Apple Watch can do. It's got a better battery life, and I am getting right at 2.6 days. 2.6, and I've just tested it like a million times with the battery cycle rate. 2.6 days versus 6 days on the Garmin Epix, and easily 14 to 15 when you turn the, wrist raise on versus always on display. So to catch you up on previous reviews, so I did a life in, a day in the life or just a training schedule or just general things with the Garmin Epix as well as the Apple Watch Ultra. I did a midpoint review and I just sort of compared some of the concrete issues I sort of was thinking about or running into or just sort of sorting it out. I did like a band review. So lots have already been covered. So in this final review, I didn't want to just go over the facts of what 4 billion other reviews have done. Like, here are the specs. It's got 2,000 lumens or whatever the technical term was for the brightness of the backlight, because it's got a beautiful backlight and it's got all sorts of cool specs that you are fully probably aware of if you're watching this video at this point since the release of the Apple Watch Ultra. So I don't want to go through a laundry list of features. I don't want to do a full ins and outs because I've touched on that, and all those reviews are down below if you want to watch some other aspects or perspectives. So what I did in this final review is, after living with these on both wrists, checking the stats on both devices for a number of weeks, I asked the question, which would I miss more if I lost one for a week or I lost one for a few days? Which one, if I had to go without it, would I find myself yearning for and missing its quality content or overall smartwatch experience? So this review is focused on what I experienced when I took each of them off and had to go without them completely for a few days. And we're going to look at it in a few basic categories. We're going to talk about what I absolutely missed, both on just the general smartwatch side or on the workout, training, and wellness side. The things that I kind of missed and maybe some of the bugs and issues within those things. And then the things that I definitely did not miss and could be seen as even issues within the value offering of the device itself. So we're going to look at those specific specs, and then we're going to come back together and talk about what they mean for the value. Now, we're not going to look at the watch in big up-close perspective, but I'll try to pop up alongside me pictures of what I'm talking about, or sort of visual displays of the content that I missed or didn't miss. So with that, let's dive in. Okay, so first, and starting with the Apple Watch Ultra, what I definitely missed, what I kind of missed, and what I didn't miss at all. Definitely missed, and I'm going to talk about sort of the smartwatch features, some of these with both these watches, as well as the primary workout or training or wellness features. So I definitely missed, in simple summary, the Athletic app and how it provides a health snapshot of your last night's health summary specs. And you can see, your breathing rate, your, SpO2, everything on the screen that hopefully is popping up if my technology weaknesses don't overcome me. The other thing that I really missed was just the app tie-in, especially when it came to watch complications on the Apple Watch. I just have grown sort of really, especially when it comes to water intake, and I have a Bluetooth bottle that syncs to it. It's the hydrate bottle, syncs to it and tells me if I'm on track for, a gallon a day, and it tells me if I'm behind that goal. And then it just is nice to have apps tied directly in. And then a primary thing that I missed on the smartwatch features was the ability to use Siri to set alarms, to set reminders, and run calculations. When I'm going to do a lift, just to sort of push a button and calculate things on the fly when it comes to, just off the watch. Now, the things that I kind of missed. So I kind of missed the athletic recovery. So just the recovery score from athletic. It takes a snapshot of your heart rate variability data over the course of the night, and it spits out a recovery relative to a multiple of nights sleep. And I've got multiple of nights sleeps in this. So I kind of missed that, but as I shared in my previous review or previous video about the issues I ran into at the midpoint, that you had to either turn on the HRV or tell the watch that you had an AFib issue prescribed or diagnosed by a doctor in order to activate more HRV, and then coupled with that, even if you did lie to the watch, you would have to go through and almost every night delete erroneous ultra high HRV values because Apple isn't declaring that their HR values are something they stand by. That's why you only get one reading every 2 to 3 hours off the baseline. And then secondly, on the kind of missed, I missed the training today. It's a unique app that allows you to see where your overall, not your health, but your overall internal reserves, sort of like Garmin's body battery, can be at any snapshot in the day. It does purely rely on whatever data flows through from the Apple Watch Ultra, whatever Apple is acquiring data-wise for HRV, and correlates it to like a readiness score at any time. Now, what did I not miss at all or find to be problematic? Simple things that I didn't miss was texting from the watch or listening to a voicemail on the watch. I didn't miss that. I didn't miss the overall design of the OS. I didn't miss the sort of multiple scattered apps in order to pull together information about my wellness or my training details. And I didn't miss the limited number of watch faces that I like. That might be subjective, but they are limited in what watch face capabilities third parties can provide. Now, when it comes to worthwhile limitations that I didn't miss, I in no way missed using the watch during a workout. The data screens, the button presses, even though it's much better than the regular Apple Watch, the Series 8, 7, all the way down, the new buttons do improve. And even the app, Work Outdoors app, that makes it possible to have more data screens available, but I still did not miss tracking a workout from the watch itself. I didn't miss, and this is a big one, any workout analytics. I just didn't miss the exertion score on athletic, and even didn't miss just what the impact was on my my training stress score when you look at Sports Tracker or when you look at HealthFit. I didn't miss any of the the HRV uncertainty when it comes to what you could get out of it for wellness. Really, I felt like, relieved. I didn't have to go in and check the data every day and remove and delete certain data scores that were completely obviously erroneous. So those are the things with the Apple Watch Ultra that I didn't miss or realized were more of a big issue when I took it off my wrist after a few days. So what did I miss on the Garmin? What did I definitely miss? Now, definitely missed the body battery, seeing sort of the overall summary of an impact of the day, impact of a workout, impact of the last night's sleep, impact of alcohol consumption on my overall internal reserves and readiness, just, my energy level, like a battery would specify. I definitely missed the nightly HRV snapshot because it's just a simple chart, a simple snapshot, and you can see it, what your last HRV was relative to a multiple of nights, relative to a long-term average, and even see your moving 7-day averages over time. That was simple and clear versus the complicated nature of the Apple Watch Ultra. I definitely missed the workout features on the watch for what you use in a workout, what you see in a workout, the data, and just the simplicity, in my opinion, of what you use in a watch. This is after multiple weeks of using both. I missed the recovery time that you would get from a workout, from one hard workout to the next, how much time you needed to likely look to take off before the next hard workout. I missed the aerobic and anaerobic effect to evaluate how I'm impacting my aerobic capacity or my anaerobic capacity from a workout. And I missed the simple summary of the workout stats and those things. I kind of missed, so those are the definite misses. I kind of missed the watch faces, just because I was just then wearing the Apple Watch Ultra, and I missed the flexibility to have totally different looking faces. That it would just be off a complete different, I had a Halloween watch face on there at one point. I kind of missed the training readiness score that Garmin now provides. It's got some growth to do. I don't find it, if you have like a lot of recovery time, it's just basically going to say you should not work out whatsoever. But I kind of missed that. I missed the battery life. So the Apple Watch Ultra's got 2.6. So when I was just wearing the Apple Watch Ultra, that's a decent battery life, but I kind of missed the 6-day battery life with always on display, or the ability just to expand it to 2 weeks if I wanted to. I kind of missed, actually now that I think about it, I definitely missed, and we're just going to say kind of for this sake of purposes, the morning report. So being able to wake up, go get my coffee, and then know that I can see the weather for the day. That's simple, but I love it. And I can see a summary of last night's stats as well as yesterday's training and how it affected my readiness for training this day. And then I kind of missed the workout specificity, that you could do a mountain bike training session and you see like details and specifics from a mountain bike analytics versus just heart rate and distance. I missed just the capabilities of, the Garmin platform has a bunch of workouts that are super specific if you want to get specific. Your stroke rate, if you're doing indoor rowing session, you can get specifics. I kind of missed that, although I don't use that on a regular basis. And what did I definitely not miss or find to be an issue? I definitely did not miss the sleep stages that the Garmin provides. It's been well established that the Apple Watch gives quality sleep stages, and it's also been well established that the Garmin analytics give poor accuracy to the actual sleep stages. Now, within this, I actually didn't feel like I looked at it on the Apple Watch Ultra stats. So it was refreshing, or it was nice to know that it was accurate if I wanted to try to think about what I felt about 45 minutes of REM or an hour and 14 minutes of deep sleep. You could start to build some awareness around those things, but in the Apple Watch Ultra, they don't flow through to any recommendations. They're just there. So although I didn't miss it all when I took the Garmin off, I didn't miss its wrong or its relatively wrong sleep stages, but I also didn't appreciate it and didn't get anything out of it on the Apple Watch. The other thing I didn't miss was the uncertainty of the heart rate if I was just using the Garmin watch for a workout. So it wasn't connected to a chest strap, because when I did the test, the Apple Watch Ultra across a bunch of 18 different tests proved to be 97 to 98% accurate if you took out a couple of the worst, and 96% accurate even if you left in the worst. Whereas the Garmin proved to be 89% accurate if you left in the worst workouts, and only bumped up to, I think, 92% accurate or 93% accurate when you took out the worst performing. So the accuracy, although it's in the 90s, dropping the worst, it bothers me, so I didn't miss the fact that the watch didn't do a good job. On the flip side of that, I always wear a chest strap because I don't want to put my watch on a lot of times. I want to put on a wrist strap or hand wraps, or I want to have wrist sleeves. I want to walk on my hands. I don't want to have a watch on most of the workouts, and so it became a moot point. So all those things being said, let's talk about what I learned about the value offering after we're testing and reviewing the Apple Watch Ultra versus the Garmin Epix. So in summary, the Apple Watch Ultra is a beautiful, capable, designed watch. I gave them equal scores when it comes to design and beauty. It is a good-looking watch. Beautiful, capable, with excellent sensors and a computer brain that can serve 1,000 computer tasks excellently well. And if you wanted to try to cobble together some workout analytics, and even some wellness analytics. You could tweak some settings, make some adjustments, and formulate a little bit of a baseline of usability utilizing multiple apps. But it did not perform great in that core area. On the flip side, the Garmin is a fully featured, fully extensive training and adventure watch for fitness enthusiasts that gives you a good set or a good basic set of smartwatch features in an excellent rugged looking design with considerably longer battery life. So that would be my culmination and summary. When I took each of the watches off, the Apple Watch Ultra had if I gave sort of a point system to definitely missed and then kind of missed, it had 6 points to the pros of things that I missed and 10 points to the con of things that I definitely didn't miss or just felt like were problematic. On the flip side, as somebody who trains, wants wellness, uses the watch for smartwatch features, has appreciation for the watch outside of the 23, 22 hours of the day that I'm not working out, the Garmin watch got 17 pros and 4 cons. Again, I gave extra weight to the extra negative cons. So in simple summary, the Apple Watch Ultra still does not compete for a thorough and comprehensive training program and recovery program versus the capabilities, even if the limited sleep stages or the limited heart rate accuracy, because you should wear a chest strap because we're doing reviews for CrossFit and high intensity interval training, can't compete with the thorough, comprehensive platform, simple summary of how it's all culminated together with the Garmin ecosystem, period. So with that, that is my full and final thoughts, full and final review. I could share a lot just with my thoughts on the HRV or my thoughts on heart rate accuracy or my thoughts on those things, but at the end of the day, I forgot I took the Apple Watch Ultra off. It didn't matter to me that it wasn't on my wrist, and I was fully served, fully appreciated, or fully appreciative of the quality of the stats, the solution, and the direction that the Garmin watch was giving me in the absence of the Apple Watch Ultra. And there it sat on my nightstand and will continue to do so. With that, the Figure Hunter, thanks so much for watching.